the second string podcast. It's been a long ass time. I'm not even gonna lie. It has been a long ass time. And I'll tell you this, it's damn good to be back, folks. It is damn good to be back. I've been doing a lot of the sports stuff. I'll be quite frank. I feel like I owe you guys an explanation because I do, for some reason, I have leaned in more to the Detroiter and the sports and fostering that community and trying to build that following, the TikTok, the podcast, all that stuff. But man, I love the people that follow this because I get messages about this maybe more than the Detroit or about the random shit I talk about, oh, dude, good topic, this, that, the other, it happened to me, whatever. I enjoy this podcast. I enjoy this feed. I enjoy the fact that because I do so much of the sports stuff, and no doubt I love it because I'm interested in sports, because I watch the Red Wings, I watch the Pistons, I watch MSU, because I do all of that all the time anyway. That is how my free time is spent Monday through Friday. But I love this podcast because it allows me to just whatever, whatever. Dude, this guy cut me off in traffic today. Okay, let's talk about that for 25 minutes. My rice, all of a sudden, I cooked rice today. It was a little crispy on the backside. I spent like 15 minutes going, why is my rice crispy? I didn't do anything different. I make the rice. I make the rice the same way every single time I make rice. I peeled it up and it was like a crispy film. I'm sitting there. Is this how they make Nestle chocolate or Crunch bars? Why is my rice crispy? Rice Krispie treat? I This is why I love this podcast. This is why I love this feed. This is why I love the people that listen to this podcast. Hey, I changed my oil today. You'll never guess what happened. Any stupid topic that actually has nothing to do, it barely has anything to do with me, let alone the listener. It's just entertaining. I just love thinking of dumb things and trying to make them funny. I like thinking of fun things. They're already fun and just talking about them. I love watching movies and being like, "Oh my god, this movie, I don't really have anything to add to it. I don't have anything smart to say. I just want to come on for 15, 20 minutes and say, I love this movie." Like just everything about the podcast. It is the most free-flowing fucking brain dump and I love everything about it. I'm sorry I've been away from for so long. As you know, moving in, I am settled in now, so that's a horseshit excuse, but I'm going to bring it up one last time anyway. I'm settled in. It's been a whirlwind. It's been a lot of hit the town, hit the town, hit the town. I thought I'd be hanging out around here a lot more on the weekends, to be quite honest with you. I thought it'd be like, hey, I've got like two friends, big boot, Banam. I thought it'd be like I have two friends. Maybe you'll go out Saturday, probably not. And that's it. And the weekends you'll spend podcasting, you'll make shirts, you'll do this, you'll do that. Fortunately, I've been lucky to fall into a situation where I've met some great people and they've been very nice to me. They've invited me places and we've done fun things. I like to socialize, as you know. I like to go out and drink responsibly, 17 and a half beers. I like to do things. I like to talk to females and males alike. I like to meet everybody. I like to go to new bars. I like to see new things. I like to watch the sunset, all that good stuff. So I've been lucky to be in a situation where other people around me are doing things like that and inviting me. And I get to do one of my favorite things in the world, which is meeting people. That's the most underrated thing in the world. Most underrated thing in the world. I know I did one not too long ago about new experiences and just doing new shit. I think it was after the Super Bowl, actually. Just doing new shit, like go to that new place, talk to that new person, try that new activity, anything, just new stuff and how awesome it is. Like that next day, you come back and you're like, whoa, that was kind of cool. I think meeting new people is top 3 thing in life for me to do. Like that feeling when you meet someone and within 5 minutes you're kind of in your head going, "Poof, keeper, keeper. This person's cool. I could talk to you. We could share a couple beers, maybe make some s'mores in my parents' backyard. Whatever you want to do, I'm down because you're a good time. I like hanging out with you. It's like your version of a human podcast. We could talk about my sofa being a little shitty, but it's not so bad for the price I paid on Facebook Marketplace. We could talk about how, yes, my broom and dust pen has a ton of those hairballs, those dust balls on it, but you know what? It does the trick. We could talk about how my Brita filter Ah, I wish it poured faster, but it pours fast enough, I suppose. We could talk about anything, and it doesn't just need to be household items in my apartment. But that was the point. I kind of got started down that road and then couldn't veer off. But that's where someone you meet that's cool comes in. You talk about the couch, you go into the broom and dustpan, and they're kind of like, all right, pal, I don't fucking care. Let's go talk about something else. And you know what you say? Let's talk about something else because you're right, because you're cool and we just met. So let's get along. Let's entertain each other. Let's talk about something else that isn't my Brita filter pouring slightly slower than I would like to. It's a beautiful thing. So, in the spirit of that, in the spirit of new things and new experiences, I had myself one this past weekend. Big time new experience, big time new people, big time new everything. San Diego, California. That's the setting. Went to a little music festival called Crossed Music Festival. So for any of you that are not familiar with Crossed, it's a house slash EDM. If you're a huge house person or EDM person, I still don't really understand the difference. Please excuse me for the rest of the show. I probably will butcher some terminology. I still don't really understand what is called what. I still don't understand all the nuances to it. So please bear with me. House slash EDM festival in San Diego, California, in a nice little park right on the harbor. Unbelievable spot. You look to your left, oh, there's 15 fucking black pearls. Jack Sparrow must be near here. It's just shimmering water. Above the shimmering water, it's just rolling hills with houses, like neighborhoods built into them. And you're like, whoa, I really am in a place I should not be. I really am in a place that I didn't really totally believe was real before actually standing here with my feet touching the ground. That's kind of wild. And oh, by the way, they set up 3 massive stages where they're just pounding music from 1 PM until 11 at night. I don't hate the sound of that. I don't hate that idea. I could go spend some time there. I could spend, in fact, 2 consecutive days over the course of this past weekend there. I could go meet some people there. I could go dance there. I could put down 1,000 tequila frescas there, right? I could get 0 water put into my system there. I could eat maybe 30 calories. Meanwhile, I've burned 4,000 during the day there. I could do a lot of things there. I could do a lot of some we can talk about, some maybe we can't talk about. Point is, you could do a lot there. You get into the setting, your body starts buzzing, you kind of loosen up the reins and go, "Hey, I thought I was a responsible guy," which you still are. Doesn't take away all responsibility, but it lets you go, "You know what? How about I just take it easy today? How about I just enjoy life a little bit? How about I just please enjoy myself?" How about you please enjoy yourself today? And boy, oh boy, is that what we did. Went with 2 of my best friends, 2 real good pals. One lives in California here with me, one from Austin, Texas. Feeds tomorrow. Shout out to the fellers. Got ourselves an Airbnb, nice spot. Not huge, but it did the job. Big mattress, pull-out couch, nice kitchen. It was pretty nice inside. Plenty of room. I mean, we weren't spending time in there. We just kind of came back, would eat food and sleep. Rooftop was sick. We talked about pre-gaming up there like 4 different times. Never even stepped foot up there. Cool spot though. View was pretty good. Nice little skyline view right across the street. From a Smart and Final. So you know what? You wake up hungover as all hell on Sunday morning. Go run across the street, buy a big thing of goldfish, couple bagels, little lunch meat. You're still gonna feel terrible, but at least you ate half a bagel. It was a nice spot. Within walking distance of the park, little bit of a hike, like probably a mile, mile and a half walk. So a little bit of a hike, but doable, right? Coming out of the venue at night, it's cool. You're warm from dancing. You're in a good mood. Everybody's kind of buzzing. There's that energy in the air. You've got some booze in you, maybe some other things. You're feeling good. You can do the walk. You could do a 5 mile walk. Realistically, mile and a half, that's nothing. Let's go. Also, your bed's calling. So you'll do it essentially, you'd gnaw off your own limbs at this point to go to sleep. You've been on your feet for the last 14 hours straight. Your Apple Watch is telling you walked 16 miles at 4 p.m. God only knows what you had walked by midnight. You'd do essentially anything to be in your bed. It was a good spot. I'll tell you what though, I'd never been to an electronic festival. I've been to faster horses. I told the people, so I told my 2 friends that, and we met up with some ladies there, fine ladies, and I told them that. I was like, "Yeah, so I've been to music festivals." I think I've only been to Faster Horses though, which is, for those of you that may not know, a country music festival in Michigan. The most grimy, fucking disgusting thing you can imagine. It's a music festival technically. What it really is getting in a tent or an RV with a bunch of your friends and just drinking until you leave. Getting there and then drinking and then leaving. That's pretty much it. Oh, and they are playing music while you drink. It's disgusting. It is the most taxing experience I've ever taken part in. Not too long ago, I did that podcast. Is going on a bender harder than being a Navy SEAL? You haven't been on a bender until you've done faster horses. It's 90, it's hot as shit every single day. And all you are doing is eating hot dogs and drinking warm Bush Light. Like it is a hell. And for some reason, I decided to go twice. I actually paid money to go twice. Don't know why. So that is my festival experience going into it. I'm like, when I think of festivals, that's what I think of. I'd been to Prime in East Lansing, which is kind of a small music festival. Like I saw Diplo and Russ there, but that's more, it's smaller. It's in East Lansing. So you just kind of, it's like an outdoor concert pretty much. I just Ubered there. I didn't spend all day there either. I just went for the main events. You Uber, you watch the main event, you leave. That was my experience there. So not really a festival, but technically this is the first time I'd ever been to a pure house EDM one where everybody there is playing electronic. I was juiced up. I used this joke 20 times throughout the weekend. I was like, listen, everyone's kind of asked me, oh, are you a house fan? Oh, like, do you know any of the acts? I'm like, yeah, I know Heat Waves at night. All I think about is you. I know that song by Glass Animals. After that, I've heard of one of the bands, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So not a ton. Didn't have a ton of experience. I'm not looking out like, "Ooh, I gotta see this person on Sunday, gotta see that person on Saturday. Oh, at 4 o'clock we should go here." No, no, no. I show up and I'm like, "Take me. Wherever the wind blows, I go." I was excited though. I said, "Yeah, they could be playing pots and pans and I'd be excited to be there." I mean, it's San Diego. The weather's nice. I'm with my friends for the whole weekend. I have nothing running through my mind other than move your body, young man, move your body. Is she good looking? And do I need another beer? Kind of a nice place to be. Nice headspace to be in. Just everything you're thinking about is how can I just feel better? How can I improve this already phenomenal circumstance? Great place to be. It's tough. Well, it's impossible to be in a bad mood. If they're playing pots and pans, fine. If it's silent, fucking fine. If they're playing house or disco or funk or whatever, that's great. That's a massive upgrade. I'm playing with house money. And it was a time. It was a time. I had high hopes going in. I was excited to go in. And I'm not the biggest house guy. Like I'm not the biggest dun, dun, du- 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 du, where you're just I'm not a headbanging guy. I'm I'm so with the du- du- dun, du- du- like that. I'm so. I don't hate it, but after I would say 30 minutes, I'm kind of like, all right, I got it. I understand what you're doing here. You're just playing the same however many BPM beat and putting different bells and whistles over it every time. Like, but I heard it the first time, so I've heard it the last 15 times. Like, I don't need the whole spiel, which that's fine. Everybody's got their thing. But I discovered what is, in fact, my thing. And that was my favorite part about it. The fact that there are strings. Because when I think house, I don't really think like Martin Garrix. I don't think David Guetta. I don't think the electronics with good vocals where it's just a song and the band is just a computer. I don't think of that. I think of songs where it's only computer. I think of like a Skrillex. I think of just the tss, 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 just like the the banging computer, just same thing over and over and over. Drop. Da, 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 da. That's what I think of, which is fine, but not quite my thing. I didn't really know how many strains of this stuff there were, and I'm not talking about weed. I am not talking about weed. I'm talking about the music. Get your head out of the gutter. I didn't know how many strains of house there were. All of a sudden, there is the headbanging and there is the upbeat dance, just kind of the but we stumble over to this 3rd stage. We're taking a walk, beautiful walk. They've got grass in the middle. They had a statue. They next to this building, it looked like kind of a city type building. They lit it up at night. The sun is setting on our left side. Just a beautiful environment. Again, they could have been playing pots and pans, and I would have been walking around like a golden fucking retriever. I would have just been, this place is awesome. I wouldn't have cared. Walk over to this one stage. And all of a sudden, I just start hearing there's a bass line to it. I think it was my friends. He's like, "Yeah, okay, this guy, Frank Moody." We get in, he's like, "Frank Moody, we're gonna go in there." I'm like, "All right, cool. Frank Moody. Don't know him, never heard of him. Is he French? Let's go." And it's bow, 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 bow. All of a sudden, I hear a bass line that was sent from the gods to invade my brain. It was sent from the heavens to just nestle on up in my earlobe, in my inner eardrum. Just bow, 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 just funky disco. The best way to put it without singing and trying to recite and sound like the bass line, the best way I could put it, and it was all weekend at the same stage. This is the moment I learned it turned for me where I was like, okay, they have 3 stages. Each stage is playing, they're all playing electronic, but each stage is like playing its own strain, like its own variation of house, its own different style of house. There's the dance upbeat over there, there's the headbanging over here. And then on this third one, there's like this disco funk like groove where I'm all of a sudden I'm just within the 500-yard vicinity of the stage, and I notice I'm just subconsciously my body's moving. I'm not telling it to move. I'm not thinking, all right, let's dance. I'm not saying leg, do the stanky leg. I'm not saying do the Napoleon Dynamite with my hand. I like black out and I come to, and all of a sudden my body is gyrating, my body is grooving, I'm shuffling, I'm doing everything in my power to keep this thing moving without even thinking, without even realizing that I'm out of the standstill position. If you would ask me, I would have told you, yeah, I was just standing still, arms crossed, fucking checking the place out, peering around, looking at everything, soaking in the sights, whatever. No, dude. No, dude. I looked like I was trying out for Dancing with the Stars if they told you all you get to dance to is disco. I looked like I was putting my life on the line for a $500,000 check if I busted the sickest move to this fucking funk. That's what I looked like. And it felt unbelievable. And in that moment, I was like, whoa, this disco stuff, this funk stuff, this Frank Moody, this S.G. Lewis guy, these Parcels fellas, this Sophie Tucker, these two. All of a sudden, I'm like, I could, uh, I could do this for, I don't know, 11 more hours. I could do this until I die. I could have this song played at my funeral, dude. I'd walk down the aisle to this beat. I don't know. I'd give birth to this bass line. I'd do a lot of things. Make love, you can believe it. I'd cook to it. I'd ride my bike to it. I'd do some work to it. Bang out an Excel sheet to it. I'd nap to it. I'd dance, of course, to it. I'd watch some TV to it. I'd give it to a person in need. Be like, I don't have any food. I don't have any money. I'm gonna just hold my phone up to your ear. I think this song might straighten your life out. I could do so much with this. It was like a full frontal head out of the gutter, full frontal release of like, whoa, I just found something that I love, dude. I just found something that I didn't totally understand existed. I knew disco existed. I've watched movies. I've read anything. Of course, I knew disco existed. But when I think of disco, I'm like, oh, the 70s Earth, Wind, and Fire type shit, which don't get me wrong. Let's groove tonight. Dun, 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 dun. Bangers. They've got heat. That old disco exists and it's gas. I didn't know people made disco today. I didn't know when you talk house music and EDM festivals and people are going to these that they're playing this kind of music. I always thought it was just all the like the upbeat dance, headbang, that like shuffle. My friend can do that dance where they just shuffle. I thought that's all of it. And again, don't mind it. Don't hate it. Don't necessarily love it though. Like I'll do it for a little while, but we'd be bouncing around the stages and we'd be at one of those stages for a bit. I don't know, like an hour, hour and a half. And after an hour and a half, I'm kind of getting there like, all right, like let's go over here. Like we come on, let's go over here. Like I'm starting to get an itch. I'm starting to get a hunger. Once I discovered that stage and I discovered it was Frank Moody, the first group I listened to, or guy, I still don't really know. I was kind of just on another planet, wasn't really paying attention. And then SG Lewis on that stage, the funk disco stage. And after those two, that first night, I kind of left there going, yes, yes. Yes, I found it. Yes, I found something new. I've been doing rap forever. I've been doing classic rock forever. I've been doing country forever. Yes, I found it. Yes, whatever that is, where there's that bass line and the electronics and bow, 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 bow. Yes, 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 I found it. Yes, I'd like you to inject that into my earlobes until I can't even see. I found it, dude. And once you find it and once you get into it and that body starts moving and your mind just starts evaporating into thin air and you look around the crowd, the sun, dude, there was this one part, the sun is setting. It was the next day, Parcels, all like disco funk that they were playing. It was fucking fire. Check them out. The sun is setting. There's palm trees on the horizon. I'm with all my friends, and you look out at the crowd, and just everybody's like, "Dun, dun, 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 dun." Like you don't even know what's happening, dude. You're having a conversation. You're on your phone. You're shoving a burrito down your face. Dun, 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 dun. You're just moving. Dun, 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 dun. You don't even know what's happening. And even if you did know, and even if you wanted to stop it, you couldn't. It has a power, it has an effect where it like permeates your skin, it permeates your soul, it permeates your legs, and you just get moving. And there's nothing you or any of the other 10,000 people there can do about it. And it's a sick, sick place to be. And I loved every second of it. I loved every second of it. Loved the experience. Loved dancing. Loved meeting the new people there. Loved being at the festival. Like I said, anytime you're at a place, it's an outdoor park on the water in San Diego, and all I'm worrying about for 4 straight days is hanging out, having a good time. Yeah, dude. Of course I'm gonna have a good time. Like they could be playing the worst fucking music on the planet. It could be a fifth grade band music festival, and I would have been like, this is still sweet. But the biggest takeaway of all was I left that place 2 things. I left that place going, 1, I just found an entire new genre of music. I mean, what do you think I've been listening to for the last 3 days? I just found an entire new genre of music that I haven't even touched, that I haven't even touched. And at least 4, 5, 6 of these artists that I'm about to go nuts deep on, every time I hear them or think about them or someone mentions them, my first memory, my first connotation is gonna be, "Remember that sick fucking weekend you had in San Diego? That's a great place to be." And number 2, these house EDM festivals. I'd like to go to another one. The festival ended on Monday, we went home, and I got home, and the first thing I the whole drive, really, the whole day, we're talking about, "Wow, I wish there was another day. Wow, I wanna do that again." Like, you would think after 3, 4 straight days of burning 4, 5,000 calories of each day, walking 20 miles each day, literally pushing your body to the limit each day, not eating that much, certainly not drinking enough water. You would think that by that Monday, you're waking up like, "Get me the fuck out of here. I'm gonna keel over and die. I hate this place." You would think. When in reality, we all woke up Monday and go, "Dude, I could, I'm a little tired. I'm a little dehydrated. I'm kind of hungry. I could, I could do another day of this." Drove home. We're talking. Where's the next one? What's the next one? Like, I'm hungry for more now. It was an unreal time, dude. It was an unreal time. The crowd's great too. Like everybody felt very, and I'm sure part of it is like, I don't know what everyone's on drugs. Like who the fuck knows what everyone's on. But I think it was a less booze induced festival. So you're not getting as much wasted kids running around like, fuck you, man. Not as much of that. Everybody's in a good mood. Everybody was chilling. Everyone you meet, it's like, oh, yeah, cool. Everyone's friendly. Everyone wants to make friends. It's in a beautiful spot. The music was good. And it's dance music. Like that was the other thing too that kind of hit me where I like country, I like rap, I like hip hop, I like pretty much every style of music. This was dance. You know what I'm saying? Like this is dance music. Like this music is meant for you to move your body. Yeah, you can go to the club and they'll play some Drake one dance and you'll dance to it. Yeah, you can go to a frat party, they'll play Mo Bamba and you'll dance. Like you know what I'm saying? Yes, there's other music that gets played and you'll dance, you'll grind, you'll do whatever the fuck you got to do. This music was literally created for you to dance, for you to move your body, for you and every other person in the room to groove. It was a crazy feeling. It had never been, but my friends, we left and they're like, "Do you get it now?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude. Fucking yeah, bro. I get it." And I can't wait to go to the next one. So on that note, if you've never been to a house slash EDM slash disco funk, I don't know what the fuck to call it, festival, give it a go. Do new things, meet new people, just fucking live, I guess. I don't want to be preachy and corny and stupid, but like, I don't know. Last 2 days, I just wake up and I'm sitting at work, like daydreaming, going, damn, bro, like, that was fucking awesome. That was fucking awesome. I want to do that again. Like, that was a crazy, I wish every day, I wish that was my life. Like, I for real, I for real had a couple thoughts this week after this festival. I'm sitting there like, damn, dude, do I have to figure out how to become a DJ? So my weekends, I can get paid to be at festivals. Do I need to learn how to DJ? Like, that's how awesome it was. I'm already here trying to figure out, like, damn, how do I talk about sports and make jokes and sell t-shirts and have that be my job and work for Barstool? I was legit sitting at my desk the other day, like, bro, what if I like went on YouTube? I could probably learn how to spin. Like, fucking ridiculous. It was a great time. Highly recommend new things, dude. It's what life's all about. It's like the best feeling in the world doing new shit that's fun. Really is the best. So on that note, might do another episode for Friday, might not. We'll be back next week with 2 a week. We are getting back to the grind. Appreciate everyone who's listened. Appreciate everyone listening, sharing, following, supporting. Means a lot. Means a lot. Really does. I hope, I don't know, I hope I can put people in a good mood. I'm trying to think like after being at something so positive and that just had such a good effect on me. Like I know the sports jokes and the sports talk, like nobody's like, oh, my day's so much better because I heard Nick Bradley's take on Russell Wilson to the Broncos. I understand that. So I'm trying to figure out ways to like be more like giving and positive and make more of an impact outside of just, hey, I'm going to make jokes about the Lions. So I don't know, but I hope some people took some good feelings away from this today. I hope someone got put in a better mood. If you did, awesome. If not, maybe next time. Appreciate you listening either way. Appreciate the support. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll talk to you tomorrow or next week or maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Stay tuned.